It's my son. It's my son. Jaden, come on.
I've seen video content of a child that's the same age as mine being raped by an American man.
And there's a few I can come up with. Will Smith. He's bigger than Diddy.
The leaked footage of Will Smith speaking out about Diddy and his connection to freak-off parties has caused shockwaves among celebrities associated with Diddy. Celebrities are trying to cooperate with the federal government in exchange for immunity, with Ashton Kutcher even agreeing to testify in Diddy's upcoming federal trial. On December 9th, lawyer Tony Busby filed a civil lawsuit against rapper Shane Diddy, alleging that Jay-Z had been involved in the alleged rape of a 13-year-old girl named Jane Doe at an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York City. Ellen DeGeneres has allegedly moved to England with her wife. Portia Deasy Ashton Kutcher is preparing to testify, and Demi Moore is nowhere to be seen. As far as Jay-Z is concerned, this could be an isolated one-off case that he has to defend, or potentially a Me Too type situation where other victims come forward. As more celebrity names are tied to these lawsuits, it is expected that more celebrity names will be identified soon. In a recent episode of the PBS podcast, Fox News host Jesse Waters revealed that Fox News had received intel that Ashton Kutcher had agreed to testify in the upcoming federal case against Diddy and was planning to move to Europe afterward. Diddy allegedly had tapes implicating Ashton Kutcher, Jay-Z, and even Ellen DeGeneres, which are now in FBI custody. Celebrities are trying to either cut a deal or flee the country. They bring in aspiring young artists in the music industry, and these parties were sponsored by M-Town Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top, putting people in compromising situations. In conclusion, the ongoing controversy surrounding Diddy's connections to freak-off parties and his alleged involvement in the rape of a 13-year-old girl has left many celebrities scrambling to escape the shockwaves. The FBI has been investigating allegations that Diddy was an FBI informant, feeding information to the feds. This has led to a series of scandals and accusations against various celebrities, athletes, politicians, and members of the royal family. One such person is Epstein Ashton Kutcher, who was friends with Diddy for almost 2 decades. According to reports, his relationship with Diddy and his behavior at Diddy's freak-off parties led to his divorce. Ashton Kutcher distanced himself from Diddy and allegedly did horrifying things with him, leading to his decision to drop his career as an actor. However, Diddy's tapes prove otherwise. The FBI has also seen videos of children being raped by American men in Cambodia, and the right to pursue happiness is stripped away for many. Ashton Kutcher has always had a shady relationship with minors Mila Kunis, who she claims tried to make out with when he was almost 20. She also invited 13-year-old Davy Chase to Diddy's after-party in 2003. Ashton Kutcher is one of the people that would be exposed if Diddy loses his case. Diddy's ex-bodyguard has already explained that Ashton Kutcher was a regular at Diddy's freak-off parties, and if Diddy goes down, there's a good chance that Ashton goes down with him. Diddy had 250 cameras hidden around his house, and Ashton knows that he's on the tapes that the FBI confiscated in the recent raid. Ashton Kutcher is willing to testify now, because he's worried that Diddy might allow information about his friends to be shared with the feds. If the federal government wanted someone more than Diddy, they could have obtained it, but they had to want it. Ashley Kush and Jay-Z were close, but it's unlikely that Diddy would allow other celebrities to share information with them. In conclusion, the FBI's investigation into the Diddy affair has exposed a complex and troubling history of corruption and misinformation. It is crucial for the FBI to uncover these truths and expose those involved in the scandal. Will Smith, a former member of the band Brat Pack with Diddy, has been accused of being involved with the music mogul for years. He has denied involvement with Diddy, but rumors suggest that he was involved with him for years and was seen at multiple freak-off parties. Will Smith has denied involvement with Diddy, but he has been involved with him for years and has been seen at multiple freak-off parties. Rumors have also been made about Will Smith and Jada's alleged threesomes with Jennifer Lopez when they were dating J-Lo. Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome, but she was going to beat up Will Smith. A few years ago, Jimmy Kimmel was talking about Will Smith and Jada's connection to Diddy on live TV. People who are worried the most about being caught are the same ones trying to distance themselves. One story tells of how Puff Puff wanted to fight Will Smith over Jennifer Lopez. During a birthday party at the Four Seasons, Will Smith and his sister and her husband were sitting on the other side of the room. Puff Puff said to himself that he wanted to beat Will Smith out, but he couldn't. During a recent concert in San Diego on December 12th, Will Smith denied ever being at a Dottie freak-off party and said that he hasn't addressed any of this publicly, but wants to say that he doesn't have to do with Puffy. He claps back at memes of him and Shaw Diddy Combs and speaks out for the first time about his history with the music mogul. In conclusion, Will Smith has been accused of being involved with Diddy for years and has been seen at multiple freak-off parties. Rumors and pictures of Will Smith at Diddy's all-white party have raised questions about his true intentions and his relationship with the music mogul. In a recent interview with Meek Mill, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, and Ashton Kutcher, the rapper discussed his past association with rapper Combs, who is currently in jail awaiting trial on sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage institution charges. He defended his relationship with Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy early in his career, and denied any involvement with the freak-offs or baby oil. The federal indictment released after Combs' September 16th arrest and obtained by enews.com described the freak-offs as elaborate sex performances where female victims were compelled through force threats of force and coercion to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex workers. The 54-year-old was also accused of arranging, directing, masturbating during, and often electronically recording the freak-offs, as well as transporting commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Combs has pleaded not guilty and maintains his innocence. Many celebrities, including Meek Mill, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, and Ashton Kutcher, are finally addressing the Diddy controversy publicly, fearing that the FBI will have access to Diddy's freak-off tapes. They believe these tapes will show that they knew what was happening and want to distance themselves so they can escape jail later. The rapper questioned if any black A-listers, such as Will Smith, Nick Cannon, or other black actors or business people, were bigger than Diddy. He mentioned that he could come up with several black A-listers, but he didn't want to mention their names because they said he got their names wrong last time. He also mentioned that there might be tapes out there with underage people, whether it's celebrities or not. He doesn't want to see the tapes, but wants to know if they are true. If they get some tapes with underage people, it will be crazy and they will have to bring it to forefront, as the prosecutor will want those tapes. In conclusion, the rapper's recent public response to the Diddy controversy highlights the growing concern among celebrities about the potential release of tapes related to the rapper's past association with Combs. Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber have been accused of acting creepily with children, leading fans to believe that their behavior aligns with how abused children act. Fans have even suggested that Jaden threw away his acting career and tried to steer himself away from Hollywood because he realized the disgusting things that go on behind closed doors. Tim Hanks has also spoken out about the rampant sexual abuse that goes on in Hollywood, with names like R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein Harvey, Weinstein, and Shan Puffy Combs being exposed. Hollywood is home to one of the biggest rings in the world, and none of these people were working alone. The 6 parties they hosted were filled with people, and everyone is trying to make it look like Diddy partied alone. The larger question is whether there is a culture of complicity in Hollywood, where women are afraid to speak up because they will be blacklisted, while men are afraid to speak up because they are out of the same fear, or they just think this is the way the system works. Some victims who did not go forward signed negotiated settlement deals, which included a non-disclosure agreement. The allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy aren't new, but people are taking them seriously. The complaint against Jay-Z begins with defendant Sean Combs and his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, who drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor, and many others were present but did nothing to stop the assault. Shan Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described here, and both perpetrators must face justice. This suggests that Jay-Z was not only present or participated in this alleged crime, but also had a connection to the abuse that occurred. The complaint alleges that Jay-Z and Sean Combs were not just occasional collaborators in the music industry, but developed a close friendship from the late 1990s to the present. They attended numerous music industry events, including the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City, where Combs hosted an after-party for many famous celebrities in the music and entertainment industries, including Carter. Busby also used this complaint to address an alleged harassment campaign that he claims Jay-Z started. Carter was identified in PFF's original complaint as celebrity before filing this amended complaint. Jay-Z responded to the letter by filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit and orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiffs' lawyers, families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence PFF from naming Jay-Z. However, this effort failed, and PFF chose to file this amendment due to the egregious conduct perpetuated by Carter. 8 tapes and 11 flash drives have been handed over to the FBI by Courtney Burgess, a close friend of Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter. Courtney was summoned to court to testify in front of the grand jury, and the tapes include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. The complaint suggests that many of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Combs were either inebriated or under the influence of drugs. As the FBI closes in and more shocking revelations come to light, it is clear that the fallout from Diddy's case is far from over. It is unclear whether more big names will fall or if Hollywood will find a way to bury the truth.